Got my back. Can you hear me, Sora? Hello, if you're joining me on Facebook, I am Erica, and I am recording this video of me about to have IV therapy today. So I'm just getting my environment set up for my therapist. He'll be here shortly. This is to jumpstart me on my transition as I attempt to lose 100 pounds in 100 days. I'm going to start my time tomorrow because I got some things to do on my live. I have a bunch of things here. I think that's him. Here's my mask. Right here. So I got my iPad. Did she leave me?
I'm here.
I got my iPad, Soror. So we just waiting for my recording. We're just going live right now, but we're waiting on my therapist to get here. And so I'm talking to my Soror. So Renee, say hi.
Hello.
To the people you don't know, who we don't know. But this channel is going to be my my personal channel, where I'm going to do various things on my channel. Oh, welcome to me, rather. So I'm going to do various things on this channel. I'm going to talk about some of the natural things that I do, one of which is getting IV therapy. But I do come in. I got to put my mask on. Come in. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Are you okay with my recording? Me recording?
Yeah.
Okay, yay! So my therapist is here. Yes, and that's Mr. Banks. He is my mobile therapist. And he could probably tell you more about his business, but he's my mobile IV therapist that he's come. I got to set it right there. So you won't wait till you get over this area. They see. Yeah. So he sets up his IV, his cold therapy stuff in front of me, and there we go. Good to go.
All right.
Yes, I'm excited. So I decided I'm gonna start a YouTube channel about some personal things. So I'm gonna have two channels. One is I'll talk about the personal stuff that I do, like far as when I make all of my butters and various things like that, and get IV therapy. And the other one I'll be doing some of the stuff I do professional. So yeah, but anyway, I'm ready.
About your stones.
Yeah, all of that on my personal channel. So I have to right now. I realize I ran out of body butter. So tomorrow I'll probably be making some body butter. So I'll probably do that, and I am going to start my water fast tomorrow for a while. Okay. So yeah, you did something. You shaved your hair off or something?
Oh,
it's something different.
I've always had a bald head.
It's something different. It's something different.
Oh, really?
Something different. I'm excited.
I had this bald head forever.
Let me see. I'll push my. Yes.
Probably my glasses.
Good. Oh, okay.
Didn't have my glasses on, probably.
So I'm excited. I don't know if you can see him, but he's putting together my folds and stuff. Yay! So what am I doing today? Yeah.
Replenisher.
The Replenisher. And I'll put in, so Renee, she's actually on my Zoom. This is actually a Zoom thing right now, but I'm doing live to my Facebook.
Okay.
This was bad for me to wear a skirt today, because I'm like, Erica. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, so she was interested in the whole IV therapy part. And so I said, you know what? I'll just go live so you can see this magic happen.
Yeah, because I have questions.
She's like, do you lay down? Do you sit up? What do you do?
You can do it any way you want to, actually.
How often do you get it? I mean, what's in the bags? All that stuff. Is it expensive? can people, is there a certain group of people that cannot or should not get this? I have so many questions.
Let them get me started first, because we already behind time.
I'm sitting at my clinic.
I got cords for days. So Renee, I told you that I need to order me some more cords. I got cords for days, and I think even though I get the cord, the braided ones, I seem like I keep messing up my cords. Okay, that's gonna work.
You keep messing up what?
I don't know. I'm rough on stuff. That's why I don't wear white, because I don't know. It's the inner tomboy in me, I guess. But my soul Renee, she'll say, but she always got a skirt on. We have no pants. But it's the inner tomboy.
I had to take a picture when you had on jeans. I was like, you own a pair of jeans?
You own a pair of pants? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm excited. I always get excited. I went to see someone today, and I was telling the lady, because the guy, he said, you said you have an 8 o'clock appointment. I was like, yes, I'm getting IV therapy. And they was like, what? I was like, it's good. I was like, especially since the pandemic, I've been starting to get my IV therapy and my vitamins and stuff. And actually, what I find overall, I know when I need you, because what I find is that when I get the IV therapy, I don't even take my vitamins. I just be like, yes, be on top of the world. For like, it seems like it lasts like a month or so. And then, like, I'm like, okay.
You know what they're saying, right?
What?
So you have your intracellular and your extracellular. Your extracellular is all your nutrients that stays outside of the cell. It's in your bloodstream, and that stays in a short time in your bloodstream. So those are things that aren't absorbing well. Yeah. But whatever absorbs into your cell, that stays for about a month. So what that says, you have a good absorption. You absorb your food well. That's what that's saying.
Okay, that's like in a month, like I'm like, I need you. So like just now, I was like, I'm about to go into a fast, and I'm about to really get back on track. I need you.
So you can say, if you get your blood drawn, right, and it says your vitamin D levels from your extracellular result may be very high. So they say, oh, you're good. But I'm still feeling something wrong. Yes. Because your intracellular may be very low. Yes. And that's the one that has the most effect on you. So that's good. I'm glad you let me know that, because some people don't absorb well at all.
You need me to move something?
Nope. Okay. Now, did you lotion your arm? But remember last time I couldn't keep no tape on.
I know. I always do. That's why I have my wet. I don't know.
I want one assy arm. That's what I want.
Remember for next time. Like, it don't matter what I'm doing. Like, I'll be going into surgery. Like, hold on, get the oil. I need the oil.
She was all greased up.
Everywhere. I need the oil.
And have you been hydrating? Keeping yourself hydrated? Oh yeah. Okay. You drink all that too, right? How is that's the amount you have in a day?
No. So what I'm trying to do as I'm preparing to get back on track and go back on my journey, I want to do half my body weight in water. So I really need to do like at least 3 of these a day. So that's why I'm about to pump water, a lot of water in me for a while. It's time for me to get back on track, because you know what? Spring is coming, and even though it's a pandemic, I don't want to, when I have to run out to the store, to be in a moo-moo. And I'm heading that direction if I don't get my stuff right. I haven't put my curtains back up since I got the house painted, but so I need to get
doing that. What's that vibrating thing?
Oh, my vibrator, yeah. Yes, I do my
vibrating all the way home.
Yes. I'm gonna start I have all the natural stuff that I do. It's time for me. I'm putting them back on my planner, putting everything back on my planner, everything back on my alerts every day. Like I still have my chakra stuff going every hour on hour. from 6 in the morning until 8 at night. I have an alert come on with the chakra, so to remind me of my time and presence in the day. Because I think without it, it's like, hold on, time is just passing without my awareness of it. So anyway, so I said that to say.
Oh.
I say that to say is that my vibrator is going to be back on the schedule in the morning and the evening. And you just like my son. My son RJ, he came in like, Mom, can I get on the vibrator? I was like, RJ, that just don't sound right. So let's just call it. So we
call it shaking.
No, we set him with the vibe plate or something like that, or whatever. Like, hold on, it don't sound right. You go to school like, yeah, I use my mom's vibrator every day. Like, what? No, you don't. Don't tell people that. So
that would be jacked up.
Yeah, so I have for the people every day that's listening. I have like this vibration plate, and actually, when he finished setting me up, I can go stream live and pull it up. But I actually have a vibration plate that you stand on, and it's awesome. In 10 minutes, you could burn like 300 calories, and I swear, because you see I'm fat, right? So I swear when you stand on, you can feel all your fat shaking, everything shaking. How did it feel when you stood on it?
You know what? If you have like any kind of if you have any kind of neuropathy issue, it activates that neuropathy. So everything is like it's intense.
Yeah.
It's even more intense, but it will tighten your muscle.
Oh my God! So I'm gonna start by getting on that. So
you should use that.
I know. I gotta one day. You wanna go to see my basement? I have a full next adventure. I have a whole full gym in the basement. A full like name brand stuff. NordiTrack treadmill, the elliptical, the bike. I have everything. I got a $3,000 Bowflex. I got about $20,000 worth of exercise equipment in my basement.
Yeah, the whole 9. Yeah.
And ask me when's the last time I worked out.
So you got a gym. You need to have membership. People come use your gym.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, okay. So.
Put this up.
Oh. I forgot I had the mask on.
Huh?
I forgot I had the mask on. I was like, hold on, let me drink a little bit of this water. Okay. Let me get some water.
How long does this process take?
So this particular one, it's a 250 milliliter bag. The carrier is still water, and it's 250 milliliters starting before I even put anything in it. So it's about 300 milliliters altogether. The standard for is 45 minutes to an hour. I always go by what she's been doing it for a while, so she probably can do it faster than other people. But I always go by how sensitive the patient is. Some people are a little bit more sensitive than others, so I have to gauge it.
Yeah. I like the slow road.
Yeah. And about sensitivity, are there any kind of health issues in which you would not recommend someone do this? Like if you have, say, cancer or whatever, is there anything that you would say, no, I don't think that this treatment is for you?
Yeah, if someone has a liver or kidney damage, especially kidney damage, if you've had, even if you've recovered from it, so if you had kidney failure, kidney disease, or any out of range kidney function result blood test, we would be more. I personally would probably send you to either your doctor to get your whoever's following you needs to know that you're getting this. I mean, our doctors more so would be like they wouldn't feel comfortable doing that because that's kind of like you're interfering with another doctor's treatment. kidneys have to be able to process these micronutrients that are in there. If it doesn't, will cause even more problem. So kidney
Oh,
function is absolutely a a a must. That will end it all if you told me if you had some kidney issues. Now that doesn't mean that you could not get micronutrient therapy. It would just you just would need to be monitored more in a more safe area. I would definitely have to talk to your doctor because they could say,
okay,
well, you could probably do half a bag and not a whole bag. So you have to
okay,
watch your fluid intake and stuff. Cancer patients, yes, cancer patients do a lot of IV therapy. High dose vitamin C is great for killing cancer cells. So that would be something like you did say cancer. So yeah,
okay,
diabetes, any cardiovascular things are just key things that we would have to do more digging into your health situation. So,
okay.
yep.
And is this relatively inexpensive, or is it like moderately priced?
Well, put it this way. I'm probably, because I don't have the big overhead, I'm probably the cheapest you're going to get in the DMV area after
Okay,
looking around. Look, for instance, my Myers cocktail. A Myers cocktail is the next thing below what she's getting right now. And
okay,
it depends on how you're getting it. So if you get it in a drip, it would be 125. If you get it as a push, which is from a syringe into um, pushed into the extender that goes in the IV, that's 95. But
okay,
most spas, there's a difference between an IV spa and an IV lab. IV spas are usually they don't usually do the higher dosages. They usually don't treat cancer patients. They don't they're usually with people who are pretty much healthy. They just want this for preventative measures. So they don't do the really high dosages of our micronutrients. But their labs, their Myers cocktail could cost up to $200 to $300. So you see that there's a big difference there
yeah.
in that.
I remember seeing like one of my favorite groups is Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I remember seeing Anthony Kiedis doing this years ago, and I'm
Oh
like, oh
yeah.
wow,
Yeah, my the Myers cocktail is one of the first micronutrient type of vitamin mineral mixtures that Dr. Myers out of Baltimore. They named it. That's where the Myers cocktail comes from. And
okay,
he would give these five vitamins and minerals to his patient after all of his, after seeing him. Would you like just like you give a kid a sucker after the dentist or something? And he did a case study, and he was finding that things like asthma and sinusitis and like all these things that come from malnutrition and stuff was just dropping off. People were reversing their diabetes, they were reversing their hypertension. So all this extends on his work from his work. Now it's a big industry now, and it's actually very very helpful in
mm-hmm,
our clinics. Yeah.
Mm.
wow.
So
I'm
I
scared
wanted
of
to do
needles.
this. Oh, go ahead, sir.
No, I was saying I'm so scared of needles. I want to try it, but I'm so afraid of needles. I'm
Well,
just
You should just sit.
I use if you think about it, uh, baby needles that they put in the skull in baby now made this an infant are 24 gauge 25 gauge needles, 27, 26, 25 gauge needles. I use a 24. The needles that they put in your arm in emergency are around 18. So the smaller you go, the bigger the needle. So if I'm using a 24 gauge and they put a 25 and 27 in the head of a baby, imagine how small that needle is. I know it's a phobia, but most people are just scared of the idea of you letting someone damage. That's what you're doing. You're actually causing trauma to someone's arm. So that's like me coming towards you with something to damage. But the actual stick, when it goes in, it's just a little prick and then it's over. It's the
Okay.
anxiety. Most people once you trust someone that you know can get it, you get rid of those fears. I understand. When someone comes to me with a needle and they don't go right in, I'm like, okay, take it out. I don't want you doing none of this. I'd
Yeah,
rather you
exactly.
just stick me over than to cause more trauma to that part. So,
Right.
but we do use very, very small needles. For this, you don't need any big bore needle. It's a very small needle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always have to use the butterfly needle on me
Well,
when
the
raw
the
blood.
butterfly, and this is just a little. I'm giving you a little hint here. Take this with you. When you ever go somewhere, just saying you want a butterfly needle does not mean you're gonna get a small needle. The needle is just a needle that has a wing on it. It looks like a butterfly, but
Okay.
the actual needle can be huge. So
Mm.
you make sure you say, I'd like to have a small butterfly needle. Because I got a lot of coworkers that say, oh, they be asking for these butterflies, and I bring out this big old needle with a butterfly. They don't even know the difference.
Well, they say I have rolling veins or whatever, so they do what they have to do to get my blood. So
Yeah, we all have rolling veins. Everybody's veins roll. It's just knowing the right technique to get the IV in or the blood
Mhm.
when you're drawing blood. So sometimes people say, "Oh, you got rolling veins," and actually they just missed. So they need to blame somebody. Trust me, I've been doing this since 1989. So
Now,
it's been
and
a
these are
long
good
time
sticks
coming.
for Renee, so you don't even feel it. Like I didn't even feel it just now. I
Yeah.
always do like this to
Yeah,
my
of
head,
course.
but
I do too.
yeah,
I do too. When
yeah,
someone's doing, I mean, it's just we're human. It's instinct. I mean, we feel things. So, but once it's in, you don't feel that too much now. So you want to know what we put in it?
yeah.
Yes.
So what Eric is getting now is our replenisher. The replenisher is basically a way to give her fluids plus an extra higher dose of micronutrients that we would usually put in the Myers cocktail. So when we say micronutrients, we're talking about vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, those things. Macronutrients are the food we eat. And then we get our micronutrients out of food. So the micronutrients for the replenisher, we put in B5, which is dexpanthenol, B6, which is pyridoxine. We put in B12. Everybody knows that B12. B complex. Then we put in vitamin C, which is very good.
Right.
Calcium gluconate,
Yes.
magnesium chloride, which is awesome. Potassium chloride, manganese sulfate. She's getting folic acid. She's getting zinc. She's getting selenium. We also put in sodium bicarb to buffer it. All those are in this right here.
And which one is that?
This is the replenisher.
Replenisher.
And the all we know that B vitamins are specifically for what? Changing everything we eat into energy. So all those B vitamins in there do that. That's why actually her doing it now. Now, what I don't recommend is anybody eating 2 hours before they go to sleep. Always. But in this case, did you eat yet?
I did. I
What
can
time?
eat another thing.
No.
Probably 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, I can eat another thing.
That's okay. What I usually tell people to do when they get the multivitamin mix is to eat, and then rest. Don't go to the gym. Don't go do this. Don't go do that. Because the food that you eat, those B vitamins are going to use it to give you energy. And that's why people do it. And then they sleep real like a baby. And they wake up with energy the next day. Because you give those micronutrients time to absorb in your cells. So, and of course, the vitamin C. You've heard how vitamin C it's an antiviral.
Yeah.
Yes, it builds collagen. That means all the breakdowns in your cells, it builds that back up. And we call it the healer. So vitamin C is in high dosages. The amount you're getting, you couldn't take by mouth. If you took it by mouth, you'd be run to the bathroom. So you're getting a really good dosage of it. And that's why we were telling people, you get COVID. People who get COVID, they get COVID. What the hospitals are doing wrong, they send them home to quarantine, but they don't tell them what to do while they're sitting home. And then yeah, exactly. So a lot of people go home. They don't do nothing to ward off uh, the symptoms, and then some people get either worse and have to go back and get more treatment. But you come home. What we do a lot of high dose vitamin C for those people. It shortens their symptomatic period, and it keeps them from having to get on a respirator. That's what a lot of the hospitals upstate New York are using vitamin C for people who come in really sick from COVID, because it's cutting off it cuts from the viral damage to the respiratory system and all that, cuts it, and it keeps them off of the respirator. So vitamin C, an antiviral, is oxidative. It turns into hydrogen peroxide once it gets in your cell. So you can imagine, when you put hydrogen peroxide on a sore, what happens?
It's fuzz up.
Well, what's that fuzzing doing?
It's killing.
It's killing. It's eating. It's cleaning. Well, vitamin C, once it gets into the cell, it turns into hydrogen peroxide and does the same. That's how it kills cancer cells. So vitamin C is great for people who have gotten a cold. You've heard vitamin C. So you talk about putting that orally. Think about how it's doing. You're getting a full benefit of it's going to your cellular system.
Yeah, it's like even like back when cancer started getting all outrageous and stuff, and the government went to the people and they said, come back with recommendations of what we should do. And then like some days when they came back, let's cut it out. Then someone said, let's burn it out. Let's do some chemo, get it out. And then that's when Ann Wigmore and Dr. Myers came and said, no, all we need to do is go to our tree, get a lot of vegetables. If your body is so overthrown with cancer, because everybody's walking around with cancer cells. It's when your body is overthrown with cancer, where it can't fight, it's just like give up. That's when you need to do the regimen of juicing for this extended period of time, because you need to get it straight into your cells, so your cells can have something to fight, and then it'll help you. So that's why if people don't want to talk about that, like people get cancer, and you go to those juicing places or the fasting places, and how they can reverse cancers, even stage 4 cancers and stuff.
Well, there is a metabolic. There's a book called Metabolic Approach to Cancer. So, cancer treatment, especially now, our food, the food sources that we eat, even the foods that we claim are organic or healthy. You got to be careful. But it's important. If you have cancer, it's important how the diet you eat and what you do to supply that cancer growth. Because for us at National Integrated Health Associates, we put people on keto diets. We starve cancer because even the food doesn't have the micronutrients in it that our grandparents had good fertile ground. There wasn't as many toxins in the air. Now you got toxins. You got Bluetooth. You got Wi-Fi. This and that. All kinds of stuff. And all those are free radicals that invade our body. It reduces the glutathione levels, and that glutathione is natural in our bodies, and it's there to help us build our immune system and fight free radicals. But as older we get, and the more toxic we get, the less we produce, which opens our bodies up to getting all kinds of these different types of weird rashes, cold, allergies to food, all these things you may not have had when you were young, but you get older, I never had this before. That's free radical going in your body and just ravaging your body. If you can see it in a picture or see it on a picture, you can understand what it looks like more. But they don't teach our doctors nutrition
Yeah.
in school, so they baha boo it.
That's what.
But you need magnesium. A lot of people are deficient in magnesium. You need calcium. You need
Yep.
vitamins. Very important. All those things are important.
Yeah.
So this and IV nutritional therapy is great because you don't. A lot of people who eat, and if they don't absorb well in the stomach, they're not getting that. You can eat all the good food you want, but if you don't absorb well, if you're not absorbing it, you're not getting the nutrients you're supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it through the IV, any pills or anything like that, you may get 30 to 40% of that pill, unless it's a real strong pill. But a vitamin, you you might as well be taking a gummy bear. So, and it's not practical to do IV therapy. So what we usually tell people is we try to give you the right kind of supplement to use. So if you're going to do a supplement by mouth and you don't absorb well, the best thing to do is liposomal. That's the next thing best to do in IV. We usually save the IVs for like a booster. So if you're doing liposomal pills or gels throughout the month and you just came in and got your IV therapy like she does once in a while, that's good. She doesn't have comorbidities, so
I'm
she's
I'm
well,
working
you
on
know
my
what I
life.
mean, like a cancer,
Thank God.
things
Thank
like
God
that.
I don't got that.
People who have cancer get this every week. They get this. This is a 250 bag. Cancer patients get 1,000-liter bag, and that's once a week. Yeah. So someone who's fairly healthy and trying to just stay healthy and be preventative, I always tell them, you start off, you would do this once a week for a month. After that month, once a month is fine. It's like a booster, and just keep taking your multivitamins. But I would tell you to get rid of the pills and get the liposomal. Get liposomal vitamin and mineral, elderberries, all those types of things.
Oh yeah, elderberry's good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Yep, you'll find, I guarantee you'll find it. You'll probably be coming in for more than once a month though, because once you feel the energy from this, and we find ways to help people afford it, because we know if my cancer patients come once a week, they usually do a package. They'll do a package which we take a percentage off of the package and usually give them like a free Myers cocktail at the end of their package. We do things to help them afford it because insurance companies right now won't pay for it. And just like acupuncture, when acupuncture started, insurance companies didn't pay for that either. But people started asking for it more and more and more. So insurance companies started picking it up. So that's what we're pushing for, hoping that insurance companies will start paying for it.
Sorry, I was trying to turn on so you could see on that TV.
No.
You found? So I was looking for free radical stuff.
And we do micronutrient mixes. This is, a multi mix. This is a multi mix. What she's getting. So the Myers cocktail, the Replenisher, the athlete, the workout. All those are multivitamin mineral mixes, and each one goes higher and higher. So the biggest one obviously is the workout. That's the 1,000-milliliter one, and it has more. Each one has more and more than the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
But we do straight vitamin C. Our
Okay.
vitamin C, after 25 grams of vitamin C is great for anybody who doesn't have cancer. If you don't have any cancer, 25 grams is high dose vitamin C, and it will do the trick for you. If someone decided they wanted to do more than 25 grams, there's a blood test called the G6PD. That the G6PD tells us if you can handle your body system can handle, your red blood cells can handle that amount, anything over 25 grams. Because if it can't, you can bleed out. So
Ooh.
that's it's Yeah, your red blood cells. It's you. If your red blood cells are already low and you do high dose vitamin C, it can eat even more and make a bad situation. So, but anything over 25 grams. I can give you 25 grams. We won't worry about it. It would have to be something high. So we just cut the level off at 25. We also drip glutathione, like what I was telling you before. You may have heard glutathione before. I have a lot of it. What happened is in the industry over in Africa, a lot of the African women are using glutathione to lighten their skin.
Oh.
I don't know how this phenomenon happened, but they think glutathione. Now, the real glutathione, the stuff that we use, preservative-free glutathione, does not have bleachers in it. It's straight up glutathione. So it's not going to lighten people's skin, but that's not the reason why we use it. We use it because it's a substance that is important for keeping your immune system tight and strong. It's a substance that we use to detox your body of all those free radicals we were talking about. But when you pull nasty stuff out your body, what happens? Your skin is better, your nails, your hair, stuff like that. So they think it gives you a healthy glow, but it doesn't give you a white glow. That is a myth, and anybody who's using it, more than likely, if they go to the store, oh, this glutathione cream says it lightens skin, and it did my sisters or whatever, read on it. I guarantee you on the bottle somewhere it's going to say something about a bleacher, skin bleacher on it. So
okay,
that's the trick. But they like to say glutathione because it make it seem healthy, you know.
I'm glad you just said about the nails. Remember the last time you was here, and I told you that after I got the treatment, my nails started grow. But then when that's the other reason, I don't know if it's something like innately in me. I'm like, let me call to get you back because my nails broke off. So my nails just started cracking. I think it was like last week.
That's see, you're getting a multi mix. We don't put glutathione in this. We don't put it in it because it does not. Micronutrients have to mix well. If I put it, because they will cancel something out. So there is an actual calculation how we do these protocols. We don't just throw stuff in it. There is an actual calculation for each amount and what we do, like folic acid and B vitamins activate folic acid or the zinc. So we need to, even when I'm putting it in the bag, there's a specific order that I have to make it. It's not just throwing stuff in there. So it's specifically made a certain way. If I was to give you glutathione, it would be so we would drip that. After that drip, I would get the glutathione. If you, depending on how you wanted it, I would then after that I would hook the glutathione, then drip that. You never drip glutathione with those things because it cancels out the vitamin C. So we wouldn't want that. You want the vitamin C. Yes.
So is something in the cocktail to make my nails grow, or is that just in my mind?
Well, but still, this is an immune boost. So that's the thing about nutrients, and then that's why they don't. Anything, all these micronutrients are here for your body. God gave us fruit and vegetables and food to eat. To do what? Keep our bodies tight, right? Before all this other toxic stuff in the air. So no, when you are balanced, when your body is balanced, that means everything that's supposed to happen to you happens right. The problem we have is we get these, then we go out and get a cheeseburger. We eat these, and we get this, and it all has to be your diet, and all this has to be in one place. That's why we call it a journey.
Yeah.
That's what the journey is for. But the vitamin C alone is just going to protect you. That's definitely going to protect you. The magnesium is going to relax your muscles, your tension, your headaches, anything like that.
Yes.
B vitamins are still going to give you energy.
Yes.
But you got to take it a next further.
I'm so off of purpose.
Right?
Like, it's so unfortunate because I know better. And, even in the Bible, they say, when you know better, you discipline yourself to do better. And even though I'm a vegan or a vegetarian, sometimes I play with cheese, but cheese is the worst of them all. But cheese is
Did
the
you
worst.
get it? Do you have a sauna?
I got a portable sauna. Yep, I got a sauna.
Are you using it?
No.
You gotta use it.
I got a whole spa here.
I know. You need to use it. If y'all have a portable sauna, use it.
I do.
A sauna is a good way for us to chelate, detox.
Yes.
To detox and get rid of a lot of stuff, dead like cells, and a lot of sweat off, a lot of free radicals out of your body. So if you have one, it's a great, it's something to use. Definitely.
I'm gonna get in my sauna.
So what you would do, you would do your sauna right before I come. Do your sauna. You think you once you do the sauna and you sweat out all that stuff, and then I come and put good stuff back into you, you'll see a difference.
Yeah. So remember the last time you was here, I think it was November actually. Yep. Because I was right before a sorority meeting, and I said that this will be like every first of the month. I'm gonna start doing this. And I'm really gonna start doing this. I'm committed to March 1st. I'm gonna see you, sure. And because I really need to get my life and get some stuff in order and stuff. So even though I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat like you. You know what I've been eating bad? Oh, it's so bad. You know, KFC just came up with the vegan nuggets.
They have vegan nuggets.
Yes, they got the vegan nuggets.
I forgot about KFC.
But it's so all this is Franken food is so horrible for you. It's so horrible for you.
It is.
But then I try it, but it tastes good. It tastes good, but it's not good for you.
What's that place you told me? Didn't you tell me about some vegan place that you go to? Is it black owned?
Yeah, it's two black owned. Everlasting Life is right down here in Central Avenue, and then New Vegan Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go there. I don't go there as much anymore because they used to have Sunday brunch. Oh my god, the best grits ever. Like, oh my god. But because of the pandemic, they not doing it because they say I guess they was losing. The best grits ever. They used to make a vegan omelet, and then they had a vegan sauce. Okay, stay on purpose, Erica. But yeah, so they did, and then I go to Plant Burger because Plant Burger now they got the chicken sandwich. Oh my god, the vegan chicken sandwich.
What you going to KFC for?
But still, it's the same thing. It's still all freaking food. What I need to do, I went to the Raw Food Institute. I got enough skills with what Lisa Wilson taught me. And what I went to the National, Washington National, yeah, I got everything. You know what do I have a spa here? I got the Vitamix, I got the dehydrator, I have every single thing I need to be successful.
You ain't got no excuse.
And a $6,000 water machine, Avalon water machine. Why am I buying this?
You have a whole wellness center.
Why do I buy a $6,000 machine?
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm special. I don't know. I got the Condon Alkaline water machine hooked up to my faucet. Yeah, one of my friends, and I used to give water like one of my friends.
My clinic over here.
Exactly.
Right on here.
I got everything.
Clinic right up in here.
Everything. And then I got 3 Breville juices. My mama, I gave her another one. And then after my mama said hers, it stopped working. It wasn't working as well, right? So I said, I'll bring you mine. And then she was like, don't you need one? I'm going to buy me a new one. She's like, Mookie, you just want to buy a new one.
That's all you wanted to do, huh?
You just want to buy a new thing. Yeah. I'm going to get my life in order. I am. Really, this time I am. But, so I'm going to start with fasting. So I'm getting back on. Like, I was doing well with that, but after I had another issue. But anyway, so I think, yeah.
If I were you, I'd use that sauna. Use that sauna. And that would help you lose weight too.
Mm-hmm. And then so much I go get my allergy shot every week too, right? I go get my allergy shot. One day I was going to get an allergy shot. I don't know which one of my friends. It was not the friend that I would think would come out with this thing. Because every time I get the allergy shot, I say I want the whole cocktail. That include the Benadryl or whatever, and they do a prednisone, right? One of my friends like, oh, Erica, isn't the prednisone steroids? What? What are you talking about? Like, steroids make you lose weight. So I've been going for the last year getting the steroid thing.
Prednisone can make you gain weight.
I mean, that's what I mean, gain weight. Yeah. That's what I said, for gain weight. So I went in there, I was like, why you haven't told me this makes me gain weight? Yeah. And stuff. I'm like, you should have been told me. I get this every week when I cocktail. Like, we didn't know that was part of your plan. So the last...
Where were you going to do this?
The black allergist in Lake Arbor, Maryland.
I would have been
Metro Allergy, I think.
That's too bad because they should have probably been like, well, maybe prednisone's not the best thing.
Yeah, so I get it every week, but now I don't get it anymore because I was like, no, I need to be going down. I don't need to be going up. So they have 2 locations in Lake Arbor, Maryland. But then, so I was like, no, yep, in Lake Arbor, Maryland, it's called the Allergy Center. So.
Oh, that's up. Huh?
Over there.
Over that way, isn't it? Somewhere over there, a little bit over in that way, yeah.
Yep.
I'm in Greenbelt, so that's a little bit over there.
So I've been going faithfully to get my allergy shot. So on Wednesday, actually, they're gonna retest me for everything. So
you have food allergies?
I got everything.
Everything?
Apples, carrots, kiwi, tree nuts, fish, chicken. Yeah. Tree nuts to take me out. And then
So are they doing low dose and did they do LDA? It's called low dose immunotherapy. So it's like they put it looks
to
like
testing or to
no, this is actually for treatment.
No.
It's holistic, that's why probably. This is a conventional allergist.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now what they do, I get shots. They give me shots in the east side. And I've been doing it straight. This is the first time I ever kept up with it. So I've been doing it for 2 years now. So on Wednesday, they're going to retest me. It's going to be an itchy day. So I got food and environmentals. Cats,
but
dogs,
but you've been doing it for 2 years. Have you seen the difference?
I haven't put myself around those things. But so on Wednesday, that's what we're doing a retest to see what the numbers look like. Okay. And so even like, I told you, I'll play with cheese, right? Cheese is the devil. Anyway, I play with cheese, but I'm allergic to it too. Like, it's not like a class 3 or 4, but it's on that level. It's like a class 1. It's something I probably shouldn't be playing around with or whatever, but I do. So I'll do that. I'm going on Wednesday to get that tested. So it's going to be an itchy day Wednesday. It's going to be a very itchy day. So, yo. But when I was probably 2 or 3, my throat closed up. I remember like it was yesterday. Me and my mom was watching the children, like the all my children, the TV shows and stuff. And she was making cracking Brazil nuts. She was sitting on my left. I'm sitting on her right and stuff. She cracked Brazil nut, give it to me, and then I like passed out and stuff like. And I don't know if I grabbed my throat and I passed out on the couch, like passed back on the couch. She called 911. I don't even remember them getting me to the hospital, pumping my stomach, none of that. I was out. So, since then, I'm allergic to all tree nuts. Anything, so I can eat peanuts, because peanuts are not tree nuts, they grow on the ground. But, yeah, you want to take me out? I be telling people how to take me out. If you want to kill me real quick, I got some brownies for you. Like, there's no nuts in it. But I used to.
I'm so glad I know that allergy. I'll be done.
Yep, I used to, I'm allergic to fish too. So when I was like 10 or 11, my mom, she makes fish because that's, I'm a black family. And then I was like, Mama, I'm allergic to this. It makes my throat itch. And because, we didn't go no allergy testing, but because she saw my throat close before, and when I told her that, I didn't eat fish no more. So we no longer eat fish. But when I was growing and stuff, I started playing with shrimp. I started playing with shrimp. I used to go to Red Lobster, and I realized I'm allergic to shrimp, right? So I give me some liquid Benadryl. I take the liquid Benadryl before, and I knew I could get a dozen before my throat started itching. So then I take a Benadryl afterwards. And then I had a different allergist, Dr. Murkison, over by the Big Chick. And he said, Erica, one day you're going to calculate this thing wrong, and you're going to be out of here. Like, You keep playing around. Talk about doctor, like, hold on. You allergic to shrimp. Why are you still eating? Like, this is how I get around with it.
I want to look.
Like when I'm in a restaurant and stuff. They're like,
You better be careful.
Yep.
You got an EpiPen?
That's what they. I knew this. My doctor, as soon as I'm going to doctor, any one of my doctors, they say, Eric, where's your EpiPen? You got no.
You don't have one?
I do. I do.
Oh.
But I got about 4. They get a 2 one in the car. Yep. Every year they say, hold up, Erica, we haven't renewed this in a year. Is it right? So I got supposed to be everywhere, but do I have it? Like right now, with my throat closed. Oh no, I know what one is. But I'm so allergic. I need to have them around me. Yeah. All the time, but I keep Benadryl around all the time. Keep Benadryl.
But okay now.
But the EpiPen though, if they give me the EpiPen, I need to go to the hospital. Like I done been into full blown anaphylactic shock like 4 times in my life. Like in the hospital, like done, like white light out kind of EpiPen. So yeah.
I gotta make sure I'm not eating no peanuts while I'm making your bag.
Yo, no peanuts is fine. No Brazil nuts, no tree nuts.
Because in our office we have all kinds of like dried nuts, but they're in a packet for people when they drip. We like them to eat snacks and stuff.
Nuts would take me out like like even the penicillin. Like I'm allergic to penicillin, right? So I was getting foot surgery years ago, right? And I'm about to get surgery, and the guy, he was like, oh, you're allergic to penicillin, but we're going to give you, they give you antibiotics before surgery. So we're going to give you the cousin drug, the Ancef or whatever. And they was like, okay, whatever, let's pump that in there. So I'm laying in the, I'm sitting up and so prepping for surgery, right? And I just start sneezing. And then they like, how you going to go into surgery all sick? I'm like, I'm not sick. Then I guess I sneezed again. I just like passed out or whatever. Like I just fell back, and they was like, oh, I could just hear. I couldn't see nothing. I just hear them like, get the cold card. They was running. All I could see is white light. And they was like pumping, like hitting you and stuff like, out. So they was like, you ain't having surgery today. Yeah. Same thing right before the pandemic happened. I was needing to get iron because my iron is low because I don't eat meat. So my iron's low. And they like, okay, let's give you iron. And we're going to give you iron dextron. Like, okay. They started giving me the IV of the iron. And then like, I'm like, yo, I start sneezing again. And they like, hold on, you got a cold? I'm like, no, I don't have a cold. Passing out like, yo, we need somebody running with all the nurses. All you can see is people they just kept hitting you with EpiPens and stuff.
Where was this at?
Washington Hospital Center.
Thank God you were at the hospital.
Yep, I was at Washington Hospital Center. They hit me with like 2 or 3
that's why we stopped.
EpiPens.
That's why we stopped. We were drinking Zenithir for iron. And they stopped that because of that situation.
Yo.
And we didn't know who was there. You never knew who it was going to be.
And it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
When it's happening to you, it's a very scary. So
they died.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So I was like, luckily, every time I had a real bad thing, it's been in the hospital. Yeah, it's been in the hospital. So, So it's a scary thing. So I was in the ER like for that night. For them to just make sure that I'm doing well and everything. But yeah, so I've been in anaphylactic shock like literally like 4 or 5 times in my life. I'm special. You
got a mission. They want you here for something. You got a mission.
There you go. So I got to get this life together. Get this stuff together. So I got a lot to do.
Huh?
I got a lot to do.
Ain't nothing but to do it.
There you go.
Because right now, it's freezing cold out there. So you ain't doing nothing out there. So it's all, you got everything. You ain't got
You
got everything right here.
It's nothing I need.
You need a do you have a health coach?
I do.
You do.
And I am the health coach. But no. But no. I have a health coach and absolutely. When I tell you I have
Did they put a plan together for you?
I have plenty plans. I'm like literally.
It's sticking to the plan, huh? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but no, see, what I realized about myself, I'm either all the way on or all the way off. It's the conversion for me. So like it's in the middle, like hold on, I'm on 0 days out. Okay, I'll go back 1 more day. But once I'm in it, I'm in it. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's where we at. Like, last year before my dad died, I was doing good. I was on plan, on purpose. I was getting into stuff. But then when he died so suddenly and not being sick and just like, yo, gone, that just uprooted something in me. Like now, I can do the strangest thing. Like at night, I get in the car, I drive to 95, just sit at the highway. Like literally, you know the highway. I just sit there for a while, and then I get up because I do this. I drive. I get the Dunkin' Donuts. I get with almond milk, a Coke, a coffee with oat milk, and I just go until the coffee's gone. I go sit there and watch the cars go by, and it just started into the night. But I realized when my dad was alive, that's when we talked at night. And so now I normally be driving because I'm always on the go, driving somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stay off 95.
I
I'm gonna need you to stay. You go
No,
Dunkin' Donuts.
not on 95. So you know where the Dave and Buster's is?
Yeah.
So you go over there, it's like an overlook. So I'm not,
Okay.
you know, like it's like
I got you. I
yeah.
know.
So, but
I'm gonna have to stay.
it's like I'll be here all day, especially since COVID, because you're not around anyone. So that's my, I don't know, that's my outing. So like anytime, it's like
being outside, a different environment, but your home.
Yeah. So last night, that's what I did. I went. And I was just sitting there watching the car go by.
We're gonna do
shit. You know, the dock of the bay. Like, I don't got no dock of the bay.
I know, right?
Anyway, so
go
that's
down to Alfie Park and sit out there. That's the bay you gonna get right there.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited for where I am and where I needed to be in the journey and stuff. So.
Hey, it starts with you. So but you have to. That's just like people like going to the gym. You gotta do it. But once you get in it, it's the starting. But once you get in it, you know. But any trauma, anything going on can uproot that. So I understand. You know. I understand.
I remember when I was pregnant with my son, right? I was going to the gym. When I was pregnant and before, I used to be in the gym every day, all day, right? When I was pregnant with my son, I was like 9 months pregnant. Like my son was a week overdue, but I was going in for the doctor's appointment the next day. I was in the gym on the elliptical machine, like just 9 months pregnant. The lady's like, "Man, please go home. You making me scared." Like when you had that baby, bring the baby here to the front desk. I'll watch the baby. Man, can you get done? I got my music. Back then it was Beyonce, or I got my Beyonce to use a gym. Like, man, you about to have a baby. Like, yeah, you got to be at least 40 weeks. I'm 41.
Still trucking.
Okay. She said, when you had a baby, you come back then.
Yeah, that's my like I think seeing a pregnant woman at the gym. It just looked like oh.
Oh goodness, Chef. I don't know what happened or what. I mean, I know what happened, but yeah, I gotta get back on it. You know, I did a Marine Corps marathon in 06.
You ain't gotta go nowhere now.
Yep. Yeah, I did a Marine Corps marathon in 2006. I was like, Erica, why don't you set a goal? Because if I have a goal, because I'm a master planner. When I really got to do something, I'm a master planner, right? So I'm like, Erica, just set a goal. Because then I wasn't a runner. This is 2000. Yeah, going to 2000. It was January 2006, right? I was a big brother, big sister program. I was a big sister. And it came across the street while I was at work. And they said about the marathon. And I said, maybe I do the marathon. One of my co-workers, persuaded you, they was like, you can't do no marathon. You are no runner. And mind you, so many people in the office was runners. I was like, what? I got on the phone. Don't tell baby what she gonna do. Put baby in the corner, right? So I called them and I was like, if I do everything you say you to do, can you get me ready for this marathon by October? And they said, absolutely. So I went to training. They said whatever I had to raise because it was scholarship for the kids. I think I had to raise like $2,000-$3,000. I wasn't raising no money. Calling like, can you give me five? All right, I'm gonna pay that because I got a job. I'm gonna give you $3,000 here. Let's do it. What I gotta do? I got all those Nike. They told me you had to go to running specialist, and so that was all part of the program. I got these big old Nikes. They still down. No, I think I gave it to my nephew. But these Nike shoes, these big old you need the running store. I went to the running store, get all set up, got every single thing. I said, hold on, let me get a dream team of doctors. I got the cardiologist, I got the acupuncturist. I was doing everything. Like if there was any part of my body, I had a doctor for it. That check me out. Check out my heart doctor. Will my heart make it? Will it this? They like, yeah, your heart is fine. That's how I became a vegetarian at the end of it. But the doctor was like, no, your heart is fine. You can make it. I got me a massage in here, but I got a massage chair and stuff because when you got a job, it ain't got to. That's how much the massage chair. 4,500. Got it. Drop it. I like to buy something, right? And I was like, okay, give me a massage chair. I got the foot massager to put it under my job at work. I was doing everything, so but I made it. 6 hours, 18 minutes. I made it. Yo, who said a baby can't do something? Yo, that was, oh my God, you talking about a smell? I remember the train, the most we went to was 22 miles, right? When I got to around 22 miles, we was at the wharf, by the wharf, Haynes Point. And by that time, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And right before then, I started seeing people, oh, why people starting looking like zombies? Their faces all gray and stuff. And I was like, whoa, what's wrong with them? I had to go to the bathroom. So, and before then, all they had was porta potties. I was like, oh no, I ain't doing that. I went into into the Haynes Point bathroom. It was me too. It was looking like you had gray stuff coming out your face and stuff. It's the salt coming out your body. I've never, but we've never been that far before. I'm looking at them like, what is wrong with them? I'm like, it's me too. Came home, I finally got home and stuff. That was the worst. How did my mom and my sister let me ride in their car? I don't know. But that was the worst smell. You use
a lot of salt. That's why I hate to have you drinking electrolytes.
Yep, I had my little goo. I had the bag. I still got my bag. Oh, that shit out there. I had the bag with the water and everything. So when I got home, it took everything in me to lift my leg up over the bathtub to take a quick shower. You talking about smell? Whoo! And I remember just laying in the bed like that. And then I was in so much pain and nobody prepared you for that. So, but it's the lactic acid that's in your body. Oh my God. I didn't feel bad. I think it was day 2. Something in my spirit said, Erica, you gotta get up and run. Erica, you gotta get up and run. So that's when I went to Valley this time. And I ran, I don't know if it was 5 miles or whatever on the treadmill. And that's when it started feeling better. Oh my God.
Yeah, you supposed to. Did you stretch before and after?
I think so. I think we did. But not doing it. We didn't stop. Once we started, I think we still rushed before. But the thing about the marathon, it's 26.2 miles, but no one prepared you. You got to get to the starting point. That's probably another mile and a half. And once you get to the finish zone, you got to get back to your car. That's another mile and a half. So that's like 30 miles. Anyway.
I ain't shoot 100. I didn't even go that. We didn't even have to jog that well. Yeah. In the military. 22. If I had to, I could. But I hated our running that we had to do every morning. I hated it because they out tall, so I had to carry the guide on the flag and run in the front. So I had everyone else just get to run. I had to carry a flag and run. I just wanted to be short at that time. Oh. But all the tall people always had to carry the guide on flag.
Why?
Because you're tall. The tall people it looks better. That's the military.
Okay.
I'm talking about the military.
Okay.
But even in the military, a tall person looks better in the front carrying a guidon. You have the guidon. It's supposed to be for everybody to see your platoon. And this is what,
Okay. But the stick, it had a stick, so couldn't the shorter person just hold it up a little
But
higher?
that looks corny. No, that don't look right.
Okay.
Like, we got some short guy and tall stick. It doesn't look. It's all about. It's all about the look.
Yes. Oh, Renee, are you still here? She gone.
I am here. I'm just listening to conversation.
Oh. Okay. Did someone else join us? Okay.
Yeah, we have. She's muted. Hi.
Was that her?
Oh, maybe I don't want to say anything, but it's fine. But
Hi, Miss Erica, I'm here.
hey, how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, so this is how I do my IV therapy. Remember one time I told you I get IV therapy?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, Miss Mina.
Thank you.
I think I'll give you his number. You think you'll want to do it, Miss Mina?
Sorry?
You think you'll want to do IV therapy?
Yeah, I'm going to think about it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing too many
Yeah.
right now. But after the pandemic, yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I did
Okay.
a bridal shower.
Yes. They probably need you after the wedding.
Well, that's what it was. It was. You know how what is it called when they It was all the
leading up to the wedding.
Huh?
Leading up to the wedding.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that no, it should be probably afterwards, or the liquor they gonna drink at the wedding and stuff.
Well, the guys have them too. But they have the all that last party before you get married. All you can get.
Yes, I want it all. And I don't feel it. I'm like, it's not painful or anything. And this time, I'm like, what can I get? Magnesium when you really felt like there's warmness in you?
That's just magnesium.
Yeah.
You didn't feel the warm.
A little bit, but I didn't want to. But it wasn't like, it seemed like it was intense before.
No, there's actually unless your mag levels are normal now. Unless they're normal.
Yeah.
There's you got 3 milliliters cc's more.
But you feel that in your bottom part.
Yeah, that's if you get 15. That's if you get 15, or if you get mostly just that. It's a magnesium drip.
Okay.
See, when you first do this, like if they were to first do it, they would feel that more so often. But if you do just magnesium drip, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that all over there. So most people have to prepare themselves for that. But this is magnesium's in it, but it's not the main thing. It's not the main thing.
Is the bag almost finished?
The bag is finished, but we want everything
I'm getting
to
I do this at the end. I try to get as much out that we can.
Yeah.
To drain it out so she can get all that she can. And most places they just pull it out. But I always tell people, you pay for this and get all that you can get.
Yeah, we want to tap the pipe and the hose thing. Want it all.
It all goes by gravity, but as soon as it comes out of the bag and gets into this line, it's more of how big how good your vein is, how big it is. They're still going.
Yeah.
Right here. That you don't want that. You got air.
Oh yeah, I don't want that. I don't want no clots or anything. I've had blood clots in my lungs. I don't want to play with that no more.
You done had some.
I done been through some
You
stuff.
done had some shit. And ain't no just no little nosebleeds. These are some life-threatening things you talking about. You scared me.
Yeah, buddy. I had in 2010. I had right after I had my kid, I had blood clots in my lungs, bowel infection, bowel obstruction, my whole right lung full of fluid. I was in the hospital 40 something days. Yeah, 40 days. What is it? My doctor, she came in and said, "You a sick puppy. Like you, you was sick. You're like in ICU. Like what? Oh goodness.
Anaphylaxis, embolism,
Yep.
whatever.
My whole right lung.
You got a purpose, young lady.
I know. And then, but see, they don't listen to you because I had to see what. Oh, you talking about more stuff? When my son, he was a mercy cesarean, right? They do women so bad. He was a mercy cesarean, and when they took him out, they introduced Group B strep in my bloodstream, but no one knew it, right? So thank God. I guess I've been having a little sickness for like 10 months, right? And thank God that my doctor, she was like, you know what, you got fibroids, let's just take them out. Thank God my doctor took out the fibroids because 3 days later, or when I was about to go home, they said, let's do one more check and see how your blood, your temperature's doing. And then she was like, "Oh, you got a fever. You ain't going nowhere." I'm like, "What? Why I got fever?" Come to find out, I had Group B strep in my bloodstream. And the doctor came in. She was like, "You know that kills people." And when they had to check my heart and make sure everything. That's 2010, right? So then they come back and say, so that's a lawsuit in the hospital, possibly. You know what I mean? So that's when they came back and said when they took my son out, that's when they introduced it into my blood, and so I had to go on IV and IV antibiotics for like 2 weeks. And then every time they flush, they put PICC line in. Every time they flush that, I'm like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. So they was flushing it right into my lungs. Fluid in my lungs, flushing it right into my lungs. So I went out.
From my IV?
I had a PICC line.
Oh, from the PICC line.
Yeah, every time they pushed it, I was like, something ain't right. And they said that before they released me from the hospital, like, yeah, we did a test, something is right, blah, blah, blah. I came home, I was home one day. I remember being here, and I was like, I feel like I'm having a spasm in my arm. I called because I had a home health nurse or whatever. They like, call 911 right now. If you having spasms in your arms, that means you can have a spasm in your heart. Call 911 right now. My resting heart rate was 157. I get to the hospital and they was like, I couldn't even lay back. They was like, you have blood clots in your lungs, bowel infection, bowel obstruction. I threw up like 2 liters of green stuff. Next thing I knew, they take me to ICU. Like, yo, you sick. You real sick. So, anyway. That's my story. Yo, this is what I've been through. So I'm talking about that. Lord.
Man.
It's a lot. So now, like, that's why, like, this COVID thing.
That's what you might need to do.
Who said someone I need to write a book a while ago? But, yeah, I've been through some stuff.
Called tribulations.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Goodness. Because those are not too many. Those are all life threatening. They're not little things.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm still here. I was born with, I guess, a knot on my throat or something. Had to have a mercy surgery when I was a kid because I did a knot. I had to get blood. I lost so much blood. And then my mom, they said I had a blood transfusion. So, AIDS and stuff was getting, when I was like 9 or 10, I was like, but didn't I have a blood transfusion when I was like 3? And I was so scared. I'm like, can they test me or whatever? Then later when I found out it was my mama's blood, I was like, I really should have been tested. Your mother gave me that. Oh, Lord.
I thought you were I'm good.
Hold on. I really need this. That's why I like the color red. Oh, it freaks me out now. I hate red. Because I remember being in the hospital and I had a bag right by me. I was a little girl. And I remember they just gave me as much ice cream as I wanted. So I can get chocolate ice cream and strawberry sherbet. And I saw that blood. I guess apparently I took the bag and I knocked it all on the floor. It was just blood all over the floor. The man was just wiping up the blood.
I'd rather see, but in the hospital, I'd rather see red than brown. I'm telling you. Brown.
Oh, Lord! I'm thinking about dry blood.
No, I'd rather see red than brown.
Oh, Lord.
I'd rather see cold red than cold brown.
Okay,
any
yeah,
day.
I got it. Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah.
I worked at GWER and Sibley ER and Johns Hopkins ER, all three of them. And I've seen my share of cold browns and blues.
I worked at Washington Hospital Center for about 6 years in a burning trauma unit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always wanted to work there. I never got to Washington Hospital Center.
It's not too late.
Oh, I'm not now. I'm 53 years old. I done had my time in emergency room.
Yes.
Now it's on my, I couldn't do that schedule now.
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I make my own schedule now. I couldn't work in no hospital.
All right. Oh, I forgot. I just thought about the fan. Like, Erica, you just keep this house cold. And I was like, I should have been turned that fan off for you.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I mean, like,
yeah, you won't miss the fan. You have me getting cold.
I'm going to say something off, rolls up, fingers all frostbitten. Trying to put an IV in. I can't even bend my feet.
I'm freezing in there. You won't miss the fan.
That's all right. That's all right. Hey, you see how you do me. That's how you got me back. I'm sitting over here. Where is this Erica person? I'm sitting there. She ring. I had the TV on, IV therapy for you. We was going to go. I had everything.
Oh, goodness.
So I said, no. I said, you said, I'm just checking on you. Oh, all right.
I'm fine.
I'm just checking on you. Oh, and the two of you said, I was like, it is Erica.
I think this is every time you do this to me. Every time. Even the first time you just come, like, yo.
I don't know why. But the other girl is, she's a house visit too. She's a house visit.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know.
Thank you all so much. If you want, I'll put in the chat or I'll tell you on who's my IV therapist that you can go and schedule an appointment with him. He is absolutely amazing. He's so knowledgeable, good guy. He's a brother.
I enjoyed it. Yes.
I'm glad you did. There's so much more to cover. But if you have any questions, feel free. The number is on the website too, and you feel free to call. It goes straight to my cell phone number. So if you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call.
Yes, and I'm going to schedule my appointment again for next month. And we'll be all set.
You'll be all set. I'm sorry I got here late, but it's always a pleasure.
It is.
It's always a pleasure. I won, especially that you said you won. Now, and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? It'd be nice to see how you experience being able to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
After a drip. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you all very much. All right, bye you all.
All right.